Hello. You may or may not have seen a previous video that I've put up, and it was my garden vlog for January. Basically, I'm trying to keep a more regular vlog of what I'm doing in the garden, for my own reference, really. Um, and actually, I'll load up Kdenlive and you can have a look. I was quite disappointed in myself with the way that I put it together because it was very, very, very manual. And you'll see this. So, as and when. This is not a low power machine. I think recording the camera and the screencast and everything all at the same time is annoying it. But that was my door. But this is what I was working with. So I edited it all in Kdenlive manually, and you can see what we've got going on here. I mean, these are all the clips. I don't know how many clips there are, but there's quite a few. I didn't use all of them. I used most of them, and they, for the most part, were put together in the order that they were filmed in. But though a couple were just turned around because something didn't quite make sense. This was kind of special. So you see here I've timestamped, or I've put the date on all of the videos showing when it was recorded. Well, this was part of the incredibly manual process. So here's the clip, here's the title clip. I can, where is it? Clip in project bin, edit clip, and you can see there it's a box and there's some text on top of it, and yeah, it wasn't fun. So I would like to try and automate this as much as possible, because part of the reason for doing the monthly just digest of all of the clips was that I wanted it to be a very, very quick and easy thing to do, a sort of minimum effort. But my approach with FFmpeg essentially didn't work out in time. I didn't have my scripts written in time to be able to do it, so I just put this one together by hand and said, well, I'll be doing one every month, so I'll get a chance to repeat and to try again. So I've decided that what I'm going to do is have a bit of a play with something called MLT, or MELT, or Media Lovin' Toolkit, as its long name. Now if I quit this, we'll find it. There it is. Now MLT, for anyone who's played with Kdenlive much, or tried to debug Kdenlive or figure out why something's not working, or just done any reading around it, will probably have heard of MULT. This is the underlying framework for Kdenlive. So Kdenlive is basically just a user interface on top of this. And this has an XML file format where you can define everything in an XML file and say, there you go, there are all your sources, that's how all the effects that I'd like you to put on them, this is how I'd like them put together, and I'd like you to come in at this point and go out on that point and do all kinds of stuff. You can basically write it all out as an XML file. So make that small. There you go. If I head into my Melt Playground, so where is that? It's in Dev, MD, Melt Playground, and have a look. I've got a bunch of stuff. Some of these are just source code examples that I just compiled and had to play with. But the important bit is this test.kdenlive. Now, actually, if I head to videos first, I sometimes download videos to watch on the train. I've still got the Kdenlive file for this one, don't I? There it is. Okay. Watch this go crunch. So here you go. Here is a huge quantity of XML, and this is the project file for that the January garden vlog video. And we have a producer for every one of the inputs, every one of the files that we want to bring in. So you can see there you go, there's the paths to them, and all kinds of information that was extracted or figured out about them. And we go all the way down, keep going, keep going, keep going, past some horrendous stuff which should not exist but does. Let's just keep going, keep going. This is why people don't like XML files. It is just silly, isn't it? Somewhere here. Oh, there you go. That's why people hate XML. Yeah, it's called a tractor. There we go. So we can create producers. Now a producer is, say, an input file. It produces frames in MLT world. And then you have a consumer, which is something that will consume those frames and send them somewhere. So it might be like a broadcast live stream, or it might be a file, or it might be some kind of VCR interface or something. I don't know. Apparently it's kind of pro level transmission stuff. I don't know. But you can set up playlists which equate to the tracks in Kdenlive. See that? Video 2. And each playlist has numerous entries, and these all refer back to producers. So this could be a camera, or it could be a file, or it could be a program that's just generating these things. And we say, I want to come in at frame 259, and we're going to go out. Oh, sorry, we're going to come in at frame 0 and go out at 259. So maybe the video is actually 4,000 frames long, depending on your frame rate. You know, who knows how long in minutes and seconds that is, but well, certainly so far from what I've seen in MLT, we refer to everything in frames. I think recent versions of MLT, I think, now have the ability for you to say 10 seconds or something like that, but again, this file is generated by Kdenlive, so it doesn't need to be that human friendly, which makes it all the more pleasant for someone like me trying to figure out what's going on. But yeah, these are the tracks. So I'm not sure which track. Okay, yeah, video one. Yeah, okay. So actually, let's just go back to Kdenlive and do this as a kind of side-by-side deal. Oh dear. Cool. So what do we have? We've got video 2 and video 1. Video 1 is all of the clips. Video 2 is all of the titles that are overlaid. So let's have a look in there. So video 1, clips, video 2, titles. I probably should have actually labelled them, but yeah, whatever. So I'm not sure why these are referring to playlists, but this will refer back to a producer. So if I hit hash on here, there we go, that's it. Hashes in Vim is just find me the previous occurrence of the word under the cursor. Right, yeah, okay, so it's got a producer for the playlist that it's created. Alright, you can just say a playlist producer per file, but maybe this means that you could have two producers looking at the same file. Maybe that's just the way Kdenlive does it. I'm not sure, but this is what I've been playing with. So there you go. There's all the videos in order and where they come in and go out. So you see some of them I have cut them short because there was some rambling or waffle or whatever. And then I've got another playlist here, and this is all of the titles. all of the overlays for the date in the corner of the screen. These all start at 0 because they're generated. They're not. These are producers that aren't reading from a file. These tracks don't exist anywhere. Sorry, these tracks. I'm confusing my terminology, but those video files don't exist anywhere. So the producers are actually hooking into a Kdenlive plugin, which plugin for MLT, which generates the titles. And that's what the horrendous XML is, and we can come back to that in a second. But if you see here, if I zoom out, you can see that, say, that one title covers all of these clips here. So this is why we've got a significant number more clips than we have titles. Now, once we've got those two playlists, those two tracks in Kdenlive, we then put them together with something called a tractor. I'm guessing that has some kind of special meaning in the multimedia or broadcast world, but I cannot get the vision of the red tractor logo, you know, for British Farms or whatever out of my head. Tractor, it's, you know, yeah, this is agricultural equipment. I'm confused. But that's what it is, and we use a tractor to put multiple tracks together. Now, by default, Kdenlive always seems to provide a black track, so everything goes on top of there. So I'm guessing that is to facilitate, if your audio continues beyond the end of your video, then you'll just get black video. And then we reference the playlists that we've created before, so that'll be the videos. Those will be the videos, and then those will be the titles on top, and there are some transitions defined for them. So here we've got these tracks, and we say that the A track and the B track, and we're going to transition between them. The A track will be the 0th track, so this one, and the B track will be the first track, which is this one, because 0 indexed. Yeah, these all seem to come with it. Because I haven't defined any particular transitions, I haven't enabled any effects in Kdenlive, that's just what it comes with. So I still have yet to kind of figure out what's going on with this, and so I think one of these should be at least the overlay of the titles onto the video. But I think you can see where I'm trying to go with this. If I keep banging my head against this wall, I will eventually get to the point where I can generate this file. Now, that's good because there is really a lot to be said for this form of editing video here. This timeline, it's invaluable having it, because that is the bit that would be really painful otherwise, I think. But what I'm actually doing in terms of putting titles on top and overlaying and things like that is not a particularly tricky thing. I don't feel that it should be. So, what I would intend to do, and I'm probably not going to succeed at this for some time to come, but this is where I'd like to go with it, in an ideal world, maybe, hopefully, if I persist with a project long enough to actually see it through to completion. I'd like to be able to take all of the footage for a month and have a script that says, okay, generate the garden vlog video from this. And rather than invoking FFmpeg and actually doing transcodes and stitching everything together into one long video that I then edit down in Kdenlive, it would instead produce this file which I can then open in Kdenlive and have access to all of this stuff. It's ambitious, isn't it? I think I'm going to have to go slowly, one step at a time. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to achieve any of that. I'm probably biting off more than I'm willing to chew. I'm sure if I put my mind to it and spent enough time on it, I could do it, but we'll see. We'll see. I've got other stuff to do as well. So, getting back onto the horrific thing and the reason that people hate XML. Actually, Come on. Ah! You know what I meant. Why are you not finding that? Really? You can tell it's the evening and I'm getting tired and my brain is shutting down. Yeah. What is this? This is XML inside XML, which is particularly ironic because not only do you not need to do that, because it doesn't appear that there's any particular schema being enforced on these files. There's no namespaces declared or anything like that. So you could have just put the XML directly under the XML. But also that XML provides the CData tags, which you could use in here instead, and you would not need to then escape these. So what they've done here is they've escaped the opening tag, or the opening angle bracket of the tag. The closing ones, no, you don't need to escape those, that's fine. Even though they are still XML special characters. Okay. But yeah, anyway, this is these are the producers that produce the titles that get overlaid. So you see the resource here, which would point to a file like here. So this is a proxy clip that it's generated. But the resources, this is what I would like you to read, and you're going to use the AV format plugin for something or something like that. Yeah, there you go. The MLT service that produces this is AV format. But if we come down here, you see that resource doesn't have a value, and the MLT service is a Kdenlive title, which is a plugin that was written for MLT to facilitate these generation of titles in Kdenlive. And this is the configuration, or the data that plugin then needs. You see here, Kdenlive title, and we can specify the position of the box. Now here you go. This is the black box, and this is the text inside it. So everything's here. Oh, okay. Let's have a look at this. Oh dear. Okay, so this was my attempt to write a file, one of these Kdenlive files, and just get enough together for Kdenlive to actually open it and to respect it. So let's close that. Let's open up Kdenlive and try and open that test Kdenlive. No! Okay, I'm not sure why that happened because it has honoured this file before. Let's try it the other way around. Playground and test Kdenlive. It has worked in the past. But it's not going to work today. What have I missed? I honestly don't know right now, so never mind. I'm not going to show you that just yet. I can save that for another video. I think the next garden vlog video that I put together, I will probably do it the long way with FFmpeg, I think. And I will use FFmpeg to put the text, the date, onto the videos, cat them all together, and then I'll just use Kdenlive to then edit down that long video that it then produces. I think I'll give that a go this time because I don't much fancy sitting there and duplicate, title and then go in and change the date and then come. No, not doing that anymore. So yeah, MLT. Melty. Have a good one.